When I was designing my setup and putting in bookshelves, one thing that I really wanted to do was add LED strips to them. I'm in a basement and there's not a lot of light down here, so backlit bookshelves work pretty well. I've never shared my secret on how I achieved this, but today I'm gonna do that. Believe it or not, all of this was made possible by this tiny little plastic clip. Don't believe me? Let me show you. Before I get into the details with the LED connectors, extension cable, and whatnot, I'm going to quickly give you a close look at how my bookshelves are wired up with LED strips. After that, I'll show you how the LED connectors, the extension cables, and the LED strips all connect each other to help you do exactly what I did with my bookshelves. And lastly, I'll share some tips and tricks, what I learned doing 4 bookshelves worth of the process. At the end of this video, you'll know my secret and you can apply it to your own bookshelves. All you need is a drill, LED connectors, extension cable, diffusers, LED strips, and optional grommets. Other than the drill, you can find all these items in the description below. So let's go take a quick look at how I ran cable and LED strips through my bookshelves to achieve this. All right, so we're gonna his toy. We're gonna go ahead and take a look here at how exactly I ran all of these LED strips through each section of the bookshelf. First, what I want to talk about is the diffuser themselves. So this right here, this like metal piece with this plastic, that's the diffuser. And what I basically did was first I had to trim the diffuser and then attach it to the bottom of the bookshelf. You can do this a few different ways. You can use double-sided tape, or you can use the screws that were included with it if you buy the ones that I bought. I recommend the screws. It keeps it nice and snug and you don't have to worry about the tape coming off. So that's a very important part, and this gives you that buttery kind of soft look on the bookshelves that you're going for. Otherwise, it would be a little bit more harsh. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is how exactly I ran, the extension cable to the LED strip, back to the extension cable, and through the other side. So I'm going to give you a really detailed look here of how it happened. And if you've seen my setup tour, you know that I actually have a little hidden door here. So that may be a shock to some of you, but hopefully not too many of you. But as you can see here, I have everything plugged in over here. And then you can see the cable is connected and the LED strip runs through this hole right here, as you can see right there. And it comes out the other side. Close that back up. We'll open it back. So as you can see here, I'm running the strip through the first hole and it just goes straight into the diffuser. There's no need for a clip on this one. You just run it straight through. It goes along inside the diffuser. And then on the other side here, you find the clip. So this clip has the LED strip attached to it on one end, and then the extension cable on the other end. What this does is it creates a connection. You can see the little metal lines here, the metal wires. You can actually see the LED strip right there in that kind of brass coloration. So it's connecting the brass strip sections to the wire using these little metal wires within the clip itself. And now I'm just running that wire out the back and back up. So here's that wire running out the back through the hole, goes up through this hole, back out to the front, and connects to another strip connector here and connects to that LED strip, just the exact way it was connected below. And now we run that LED strip through the diffuser. We clip it again on the other side and connect it to another piece of cable. It goes out the back through the hole. Right over here. And then that goes up to the other hole and connects to the clip. LED strip goes through the diffuser, back outside the other part, connected to the clip, back through the other cable, and back out that hole there, up to the other hole. So you just keep doing that. Run it back through, go to this side, right through the top, and here we're only cutting one hole because, as you can see on the other side, it's a clean finish. No need to connect anything. But this was one of the first shelves I did, and I made a mistake, and I cut a second hole. So you don't need to do that. You just need one hole. There's Ted Lasso. There you go. All right, back to you, AK. Welcome back. Now that you have an idea of how this is going to work, I'm going to go over in detail how to connect this extension cable to the LED strip using LED strip connectors. After you've learned this, it's just a matter of drilling holes in your bookshelves and running the extension cable and LED strips up through it. I'll give you some tips for that right after this. First, take the end of your extension cable and split the 4 tiny wires apart. I wanted to mention real quick that I'm shooting at this angle so that you can clearly see what I'm doing. When you're doing this, I recommend having the bookshelf on its side so that you can easily run cable through the holes. I recorded myself actually doing this, but I'm an idiot and I let my big fat head get in the way of the shot the entire time. So yeah, this is for your reference when you're actually running the cable through the bookshelf that's on its side on the ground. I'm really sorry about that. Then take those 4 separated wires and slide them into the 4 holes in the connector.
That's what she said!
Press down on the connector to secure this side of it. Next, we'll attach the LED strip. Once you've measured or estimated how long your LED strip needs to be, go ahead and cut it where it says it's safe to cut the LED strip. To connect the LED strip, we'll take the LED strip that we've cut and slide it into the other side of the connector. Before I do that, there's a really important thing you must double check every time you connect the LED strip. As you can see on the cut strip, there's 4 words next to the little brass sections. Choose one of these labels to always line up to the dark gray line on the extension strip. So in my example here, I'm lining up the plus 12V label with the gray line on the extension cable. This is extremely important, and failing to do this every time will result in failure. Now take your pliers and make sure that both sides are closed tight. Now we'll connect the other side of the LED strip. First, start by sliding the other side of the LED strip into the clip just as you did before. Make sure again that you're lining up the correct side of the LED strip with the dark gray line. Now take the extension cable and pull it apart into fourths. Slide each wire into the 4 tiny holes of the other side of the clip. Close it up and make it nice and secure with the pliers. Now we're going to remove the adhesive from the back of the LED strip so that we can attach it to the diffuser. Just stick it in there, right into the diffuser, and push on it to make it secure. Don't push too hard though. Now that we have the LED strip inside of the diffuser, we need to take the plastic top and attach it to the diffuser. In my case, I actually had to trim my diffusers, so I'm going to have to trim my plastic top as well. Looks like I actually didn't cut it correctly, so let me just trim this extra part off real quick. That's better. Now you'll use somewhat of a pinching motion to get the edges of the plastic diffuser inside the metal casing. This takes a little bit of practice, but once you get it, it's pretty easy. And that's pretty much the whole process. Another quick note here, once you figure out how much cable you need to move up to the next hole and connect to the LED strip, you can just cut the extension cable anywhere. It's perfectly fine to just cut it with scissors. Back to you, AK. And that's really all there is to it. Now you just need to run the cable and LED strips throughout the bookshelf like I showed you in the beginning of the video. I have a few tips for when you're doing this, so here they are. Tip number 1, Wait to put the bookshelves in until you've attached the diffusers. This will make adding the diffuser to the bottom of the bookshelves much easier. Tip number 2, you may need to trim your diffusers. If you find diffusers that work with your shelf size, that's great. If not, you may need to trim them down. I just use a miter saw to trim mine. Tip 3, use a 7/8 spade drill bit to cut the holes where the extension cable enters and exits. You can use a smaller drill bit if you're not using grommets, but if you are using grommets, this fits perfectly. Tip 4, make sure you're leaving enough room for the connectors. You'll want your connectors to be just outside of the diffuser. Tip 5, run grommets onto the extension cable before you connect the LED strips. This will help you clean up those holes where you're running the extension cable to the LED strip. You can apply some super glue to the grommet to keep it in place. Tip number 6, only cut one hole at the top. You don't need to run the cable up to the next section because, well, you're at the top. All you need is one hole to run the wire through for the very last section. Tip 7, use trim for a cleaner look and hiding those LED strips. You can find this at Home Depot or Lowe's. I've included some examples in the description. Just trim them to size, use a nail gun to attach them, and then spackle up the holes. Spackle is such a fun word. Spackle. 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 Tip number 8, test your lights every other row of LED strips. It's important to keep your strips unplugged while cutting them. Otherwise, but once you've got a few sections done, plug the strips in and make sure everything's connected just right and those LED strips are powering up. Tip number 9, connect your LED strip to a smart assistant. I connected all of my bookshelves to Google. I can easily turn them on and off with my voice. I actually have every single LED light in my setup connected to Assistant. Hey Google, game over. Hey Google, press start. Tip 10, if you get stuck or have any questions, feel free to join my Discord and ask for help in the Setup Help channel. You can also leave pictures of your bookshelves in my Set Check channel. I love seeing your results. I hope this video helped bring a little bit of fun to your bookshelves. Now you can start to play around with what colors look best with your setup and bask in the glory of RGB goodness. I hope you're as excited about your bookshelves as I am about mine. Whoa, not that excited. I'm really trying to grow my channel and reach more people with my content. So if you found this video helpful, I'd appreciate it if you'd let me know in the comments and click that subscribe button. It's completely free. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. It means the world to me. As always, I hope you love others and I hope you love yourself today. See you on the next one.